Hey everyone! Today I want to share an experiment. I created 3 different AI personalities and put them together to watch the entire first Harry Potter movie. I'll save the technical details and my thoughts on the experiment for the end of the video. For now, let me introduce our 3 AI viewers. Leo is the Harry Potter expert. He's a huge fan, knows the movie and the lore. Sophia is our first time the movie before, so she'll has never experienced everything without knowing what's coming. And Luke he's already seen the movie, but he's mostly here to relax, have fun, and joke around. As they watch, they'll occasionally react to what's happening, comment on scenes, and have short conversations with each other. Enjoy the experiment, enjoy the movie, and enjoy the magic.
Hey everyone, I'm so ready to finally dive into the wizarding world with you guys. Let's get this started.
Sophia, I'm totally pumped too. I've rewatched this one a dozen times, so if you need any trivia on the production or lore, just holler.
Leo saved some trivia for the post-movie popcorn session. I just want to get lost in the story tonight.
I'm honestly just trying to soak in that iconic opening shot of Hogwarts. The way the camera glides over the castle always gives me chills. It's wild to think this was the very first thing we see in the whole series, setting the stage for everything.
Nice, she just turned off the lights like a pro. I bet that cat isn't just watching. It's definitely McGonagall.
Wow, that transformation theory is pretty convincing so far. It's wild to think she's been sitting there this whole time just pretending to be a regular cat. I wonder what she's waiting for.
That moment with McGonagall's face softening when she sees Harry is just perfect. Alan Rickman's line delivery later about the scar being useful always catches me off guard because it hints at the deeper magic at play right there. It's wild how this quiet, foggy street scene sets up the entire series' stakes without a single spell being cast yet.
Leo saved the Alan Rickman trivia for later. Right now, I just want to see how they handle leaving a baby on a doorstep with a note. I'm already feeling a little uneasy about the Dursleys, even before we know who they are. What do you guys think? Wow, look at that fog rolling in. It really sets the mood right from the start. I can already tell this is going to be a serious night.
I can't believe they're actually leaving him on a doorstep like that. It feels so risky, especially with the fog everywhere. Do you think the Dursleys are even expecting him, or is Hagrid just going to set him down and run?
I can't wait to see who actually finds him in the dark. It's such a creepy way to start a kid's life.
I'm already on edge just watching this. I can't believe they're leaving a baby there in the middle of the night without even turning on a light. Does anyone else feel like something spooky is about to happen before we even see the Dursleys?
That lightning bolt scar is going to become such an iconic symbol. It's crazy that the movie shows it on a baby this young to immediately establish his destiny. I'm just wondering if anyone else is as creeped out by how calm the Dursley street looks despite the chaos of magic happening right outside.
I can't believe they're arguing about gift sizes when Harry is literally standing there in the corner looking miserable. It's such a painfully awkward family dinner vibe.
Yeah, it's just so brutal seeing him stand there ignored while they fight over toys. I feel like if I were him, I'd be wishing for a dragon to just burst in and save me.
It's wild how the movie keeps showing how isolated Harry is, even right in the middle of a crowded room. You can tell he's used to being invisible because he just melts into the background while they argue over presents.
Dudley is such a classic nightmare, and he's totally clueless about the trouble he's about to cause. That snake better not get out.
I'm holding my breath, hoping the snake doesn't actually escape while Dudley is being so reckless. It feels like the movie is about to blow up with some chaos right here.
I have to admit, the scene with the Dursleys and Harry is getting a bit heavy, but it's such a necessary contrast to the magic that's about to happen. It really emphasizes how lonely Harry has felt growing up in that house before Hagrid even showed up. Does anyone else think that Cat is just a silent observer of all the chaos the Dursleys cause?
Okay, this guy is definitely creeping me out just by staring through that vent. I'm not even sure if he's a wizard or just a super nosy neighbor.
I know that creepy guy is making the whole hallway feel way too tense. I'm guessing he's not just a neighbor, but I have no idea what he's actually looking for in that vent.
I'm loving how the movie is building this dread for Vernon. He's literally trying to burn a letter while Harry just watches calmly with his dragon toy. It's such a perfect setup to show how isolated Harry is compared to the chaos Vernon is causing. Does anyone else think that Cat outside is actually watching them right now?
I totally agree with Leo. Vernon is freaking out way too much for just a letter, which makes Harry watching him so much more unsettling. It's like he knows something big is coming and they don't. Do you think that Cat outside is actually waiting for the letter to burn out? That vent is definitely the scariest part of the house right now. I feel like if a snake gets in there, it's gonna be a whole disaster.
I'm getting really curious about what Harry is thinking while he's peeking out there. He seems way too calm for someone hiding in a cupboard. Do you think he's hoping something magical comes through that vent?
That letter is definitely going to be a problem for Uncle Vernon. He looks like he's about to have a heart attack just trying to burn it. I bet Harry is just waiting for the perfect moment to grab it back.
I doubt Harry will grab the letter. He seems more curious than daring right now. Plus, Vernon looks like he's about to set the whole house on fire if he doesn't succeed quickly.
Wait, is that a gold coin? Vernon is trying to bribe Harry to keep quiet, but I doubt the Dursleys have any idea how much Harry actually wants to hear about magic right now. I wonder if that's the same coin Hagrid was carrying around earlier.
Happy birthday carved into the floor, that's actually kind of heartbreaking. It really shows how alone he is even on his birthday.
Yeah, it's really sad that he has to carve his own birthday message just to remember it. I wonder if he even knows he's turning 11 today, or if he thinks it's just another day. Do you think anyone else in the house remembers it?
That's actually a really touching moment. Carving the date into the concrete floor shows just how much he craves any sign of recognition. It's sad that he has to create his own birthday tradition in such a dark place.
It's so sad that he has to carve his own birthday wish just to remember it. I can't even imagine how lonely that must feel, having to do that all by himself in the dark.
Wait, Hagrid is giving Harry a gift here. I bet it's something magical, maybe even a key or a map. I just hope it's not another one of those boring school supplies.
That's the letter, but wait, Hagrid just pulled out a gold coin earlier, and now he's giving Harry something else. I think he's about to hand over Harry's acceptance letter to Hogwarts. It's such a pivotal moment because this is where everything changes for Harry.
A chocolate frog, that is the most Hagrid gift ever, giving something he might have crushed in his pocket. I love how he doesn't even care if it's dirty, he just wants Harry to be happy.
I love how Hagrid just doesn't care that he probably sat on it. It shows he really just wants to make Harry feel special even if he's a bit clumsy. Harry looks so surprised, like he's never received a gift like that before. I wonder if the card inside the frog will actually have a wizard on it.
Did you ever make anything happen? Is such a perfect question because it's the exact moment Hagrid starts connecting the dots with Harry's accidental magic. I remember how Harry accidentally blew up Aunt Marge later, but this is where he first realizes his powers aren't just accidents. Do you think Harry even knows he did it yet?
Sophia, I bet it's a key. That's the only thing that makes sense for a wizard school. Also, Hagrid is totally messing up his own plan by crying in front of Harry right now.
I can't believe Harry still thinks he's just Harry after all that. But man, Hagrid is so bad at keeping secrets, I'm already sweating for him. Does anyone else feel like something crazy is about to snap?
I actually think Harry knows something happened, Luke, because remember how his hair grew back the next day after the Dursleys shaved it. It's like his body is protecting him before his mind even catches on. That's why he's so confused by Hagrid's question about getting angry or scared.
Blown up? Yeah, that's definitely not a car crash. I can't believe Petunia just dropped that bomb right in the middle of the zoo. Hagrid looks like he's about to explode too.
Blown up is such a dramatic way to describe a car crash, even if it wasn't one. I'm so glad Hagrid is finally here to correct the record, but I have a bad feeling the Dursleys are going to freak out the second they find out Harry knows the truth. Do you think they'll try to run away before Hagrid can explain everything?
Blown up is such a weird way to put it, but it totally makes sense now why the Dursleys were so terrified of Harry's parents. It explains why Petunia was so bitter about being landed with you, since it wasn't just a tragedy to her, but a magical disaster.
Yeah, Vernon screaming about a scandal is hilarious because he's trying to act like he's the victim here when he's the one who's been lying this whole time.
Put Aldrum is such a funny way to say cauldron. Hagrid is trying so hard to sound official, but he just sounds adorable. I'm totally on edge waiting for him to drop the real bombshell about Harry's parents.
Put Aldrum is such a funny mix of British slang and magical jargon. You can tell Hagrid is trying so hard to sound like a proper wizard official, but he just sounds like a lovable uncle. I love how he's already listing the trunk contents like he's packing for a very specific magical move in day.
He's definitely going to regret that put Aldrum pronunciation when he actually tries to use it for a potion.
Hagrid's trying so hard to sound official with that size 2 Putic Aldrum line, it's so cute. I'm just dying to know what else is in that trunk, especially since he mentioned the dragon eggs earlier. Do you think the cauldron is actually made of copper or something weirder?
That welcome back from the shopkeeper is such a creepy foreshadowing, especially knowing she's actually a Death Eater in disguise. It's wild how the Dursleys think they're hiding Harry, but the whole wizarding world is already buzzing about him.
Diagon Alley is already so chaotic, I can't wait until they actually find Gringotts. Does anyone else think Harry looks a little overwhelmed by all the people?
He looks totally enchanted, like a kid in a candy store. I bet he's just imagining all the cool spells he could learn. Do you think he'll try to buy a pet on the way?
The way the goblin examines that key with such intense focus really highlights how serious Gringotts take security. It's such a cool visual detail that shows this isn't just any bank, but a fortress of pure magic.
Okay, this vault is looking way too fancy for just a few coins. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about what's actually inside that door. What do you guys think they're trying to steal?
I totally get that bad feeling, Luke. The way the goblin is treating that door like it's the most sacred thing in the world makes me think it's not just gold in there. Maybe it's something dangerous that only Hagrid is allowed to touch.
That lock mechanism looks way more intricate than the one at the front desk, which really drives home just how high security Gringotts is. I'm honestly a bit nervous about what's inside now, especially with that ominous warning on the door earlier about greed.
I'm definitely not sleeping well tonight after seeing that creepy warning on the door about greed. I bet whatever is in that vault is something super dangerous, not just a pile of gold.
Ooh, Ollivanders, that sign says they've been making wands since 382 BC, which is insane. I wonder if the wand chooses the wizard or if it's the other way around.
Sophia, that date on the sign is wild for a wand shop, but the real kicker is that Harry's wand is actually the twin of the one that cursed his mom. It's like the movie is already setting up that crazy connection. I'm betting this is going to get weird really fast.
Okay, I'm already weirded out by this shop being so dusty and empty. Does anyone else feel like this old place is holding its breath right now?
I totally feel that, Luke. It's so creepy how quiet it is, especially with that creepy voice echoing from everywhere. I'm starting to think the shop is actually watching him.
That dusty atmosphere is perfect. The shop is so old it actually remembers Harry. I just hope the next box he pulls out works better, because poor Harry looks like he's about to snap.
Okay, that dusty atmosphere is perfect. The shop is so old it actually remembers Harry. I just hope the next box he pulls out works better because poor Harry looks like he's about to snap.
That box looks ominous, and I'm already nervous to see what happens next. I have a feeling this one is going to be the one, but it better work for Harry.
Sophia, I love that you're thinking about who chooses who, but right now, watch closely. Ollivander just pulled out the box with Holly and Phoenix Feather, which means Harry is finally getting the twin of the wand that saved him. It's going to be epic when that one sparks to life.
Wait, a phoenix feather in both wands? That is seriously creepy. Does anyone else feel like that's way more than just a coincidence?
Yeah, that's wild. It really does feel like the wands are connected somehow, almost like they know each other. I bet this one is going to be the perfect match for Harry.
Wait, Hagrid just said, "You know Hagrid," which means he's talking about Dumbledore. I love how he trusts that old wizard even without saying the name out loud. It really shows how much Dumbledore means to him.
Okay, that flashback is getting intense. I'm actually feeling a little bad for baby Harry, and I'm definitely trusting Hagrid to keep him safe now.
I'm glad Hagrid is finally being honest with Harry about that scar. It makes me wonder how much danger he was actually in back then, and if Voldemort was really trying to kill a baby.
Nine and three quarters? I still think that's the funniest part of the whole movie, just a regular pillar in the middle of a busy station that only Magi can see. Harry looks so genuinely lost there. I love how he's trying to be responsible, but is completely baffled by the magic.
9 3/4. I still think that's the funniest part of the whole movie, just a regular pillar in the middle of a busy station that only Magi can see. Harry looks so genuinely lost there. I love how he's trying to be responsible but is completely baffled by the magic.
I can't believe he's actually saying that out loud in front of all these people. I'm just waiting for him to accidentally bump into the pillar and disappear.
Sophia, I love your nervous energy there. You know, in the book, J.K. Rowling actually describes that pillar as being completely normal to muggles, which is why Harry is the only one freaking out about it. I'm just dying to see if anyone around them notices him talking to himself like a total weirdo.
Wait, Mrs. Weasley just asked how to get on the platform. After everything she's done, she's acting like she's never even heard of it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Mrs. Weasley is definitely faking it to get Harry through the barrier without muggles noticing. I'm just hoping Ron doesn't accidentally push Harry into the wall before he figures out how to do it himself.
Fake it till you make it, right? Mrs. Weasley is totally bluffing just so Harry won't feel like an outsider. I'm just holding my breath hoping she doesn't accidentally push Harry in before he gets the hang of it.
Haha, Sophia, you're probably right about the blushing. I just love how Mrs. Weasley is completely playing the part of a clueless muggle, even though she's the one who built this whole system. It's such a weird way to get Harry on the train, but I guess it works since he's still totally freaked out.
I can't see the scene right now, but I'm guessing Harry is probably panicking inside that train while we just get a cool view of the train speeding through the Highlands. Do you think they'll finally meet Ron soon?
Chocolate frog cards are actually collectible wizarding cards with moving pictures, so Harry is totally right to be suspicious. Ron's probably just gonna say no, just chocolate to shut him up.
I totally feel for Ron right now, getting roasted like that over a spell that didn't even work. Hermione's being such a know-it-all, but can you blame her for pointing out the obvious? Wait, did anyone else notice how awkward Harry is just watching them fight?
I know, right? Harry looks so uncomfortable just trying to eat his chocolate frog while they bicker. I'm kinda worried he's gonna spill his food if they keep going at it.
Hermione is such a no, it all right now, but honestly, I think she's just trying to prove she belongs here too. It's funny how she's the smartest kid in the room, but still so eager to please the boys. Does anyone else think Ron is just too embarrassed to admit he failed?
Yeah, she's definitely trying too hard to sound humble after roasting Ron like that. I just hope she doesn't accidentally cast something crazy on us next. What do you guys think? Is she actually that confident or just bluffing?
I love how Ron is totally flustered by the chocolate frog card. He's clearly not used to being outsmarted like that. I'm actually kind of rooting for him to finally get a break from Hermione's lecture. Do you think Harry's going to get any peace and quiet before they even step off the train?
The Great Hall is going to look absolutely mind-blowing after the gloomy corridors, especially with all those floating candles. I bet Dumbledore is going to give a speech that makes the sorting hats seem like the most exciting part of the day.
Wait, did you guys catch Draco introducing his little entourage? He's already acting like he owns the place before we even get sorted. I'm calling it. He's gonna be the biggest pain in the butt in Slytherin.
He totally owns that hallway with that whole I'm Draco Malfoy attitude. It's like he's already trying to recruit an army before the sorting hat even speaks. I'm just waiting for him to get sorted into Slytherin and start causing actual trouble.
That awkward phrasing from Draco is so on purpose. He's trying to sound polite, but it just screams arrogant. I love how Ron immediately looks ready to snap, even though he's just standing there.
I love that the floating candles are already giving us the magical vibe before Dumbledore even speaks. I bet the speech is going to be super serious, though especially with that troll incident still fresh on everyone's minds.
I'm kind of hoping Dumbledore says something funny to break the tension after all those scary rules about the Forbidden Forest. I bet the floating candles are just a distraction while he warns us about something even worse.
I love how Dumbledore always starts with a cheerful welcome back before dropping any heavy news. It's such a classic wizard move to keep everyone relaxed first. Also, does anyone else notice how the floating candles seem to get brighter right before he speaks? It's a nice, subtle touch.
Classic, the hat barely touched his head and already he's off to the snakes. That's some fast work, even for a wizard hat.
Yeah, that was instant. He didn't even give the hat a chance to think about it. I bet he's already complaining about the food or something the second he sits down.
I love how the hat is hesitating. It really shows that Harry has a mix of brains and bravery, which is why he's so hard to sort. I wonder if it's hinting at his future choice between the two houses.
Wow, difficult, very difficult. That's definitely the hat putting him on the spot. I'm betting he's going to end up in Gryffindor just to keep everyone from freaking out.
I'm totally on edge right now. It's so quiet in the room you could hear a pin drop. I'm definitely rooting for Gryffindor, but that very difficult line is making me wonder if he's actually meant for Slytherin.
Dumbledore's speech is starting, which is always a good time to see if he drops any hints about the mystery surrounding Quirrell. I'm just curious how many times he mentions the 40 years ago incident in this whole movie.
Leo, the floating candles are definitely getting brighter right before he speaks. It's such a subtle touch that adds to the whole grand wizard vibe. I just hope he doesn't start lecturing them on the dangers of the Forbidden Forest right off the bat.
The food just appeared out of nowhere, and I swear I saw a pumpkin roll across the table like it was on purpose. Harry looks so stunned I'm half expecting him to drop his fork. Does anyone else think it's weird that the house points are being announced right before dessert?
Sophia, that pumpkin rolling all on its own is definitely the Great Hall showing off its magic before the feast even starts. It's such a perfect touch to make Harry feel like he's stepped into a whole new world.
Ron is definitely getting away with murder with that joke. I can't believe he just called a ghost Nick to his face. That ghost is way too polite for his own good.
I can't believe Ron actually has the guts to joke with a ghost like that right at the dinner table. I'm just glad nearly headless Nick is taking it so well, otherwise I think Ron would be in serious trouble.
Hermione is basically nailing the ghost impression. I love how she picks up on Nick's awkwardness immediately. It's funny that she's the only one who can tease a ghost without getting terrified like Harry. Do you think Nick actually likes the attention, or is he just too polite to say no?
Hermione is really committing to the bit with that headless impression. I just hope Nick doesn't actually take her up on the Gryffindor's line and lead them into a trap. Do you think he's secretly annoyed by all the teasing, or is he just that polite?
I'm so glad they're finally getting inside, but I'm dying to know what the password is. I bet it's something totally random since this is Hogwarts.
I love how they're rushing to get in. The fat lady is actually the same painting that later has to deal with Peeves causing chaos in the corridors. It's funny that she's so strict about the password right now, but she's super friendly once the students are safe inside. Hey Sophia, do you think she'll change the password tonight because of the troll incident later? Just kidding, I won't spoil that.
Finally, they get inside. I wonder what the password was, or if the fat lady just let them in because she was too tired to argue. It's such a relief they made it past the portrait without another mishap.
I'm dying to know what the password was. I bet it's something totally random since this is Hogwarts.
Wait, isn't that the same cat from the beginning of the movie? I remember it being the one that turned into Professor McGonagall. It's funny that she's just sitting there watching everyone run around like a normal house cat right now.
Snape is giving such a creepy, intense speech right now. I love how he makes it sound like he's about to sell you something dangerous. It's totally the vibe of a wizard who takes his job way too seriously.
I actually think Snape is being kinda serious here, even if he's being dramatic. It's weird that he's trying to scare them into thinking potion making is this dark art when it's just homework, right? Do you think he's actually dangerous or just really bad at teaching?
Luke, I totally agree. Snape is leaning into the dark art vibe so hard here it's almost funny. Did you notice how he specifically mentions bottling fame? That's a really dark way to think about school, especially for first years who are just trying to pass their exams.
Yeah, put a stopper in death is such a wild thing to say to first years. That's definitely not something you tell people in a normal school. I'm just glad he's not actually trying to sell us something right now. Leo, do you think Snape actually knows the secrets or is he just trying to sound cool?
I'm actually getting pretty nervous for Harry. Snape just singled him out like that. I hope Hermione doesn't jump in again or he's going to get even more trouble.
I'm actually getting pretty nervous for Harry. Snape just singled him out like that. I hope Hermione doesn't jump in again or he's going to get even more trouble.
Rabbit harping home, did Snape just make a weird typo or is that actually a spell he said? I'm pretty sure he messed up the incantation there.
Wait, did Snape just say rabbit? I'm pretty sure he messed up the incantation there. Maybe he's just trying to confuse them even more.
Wow, the way McGonagall walks them into the Great Hall right after the troll incident is such a masterclass in tension. She doesn't even have to say a word to make everyone terrified. I love how she keeps Harry trailing behind her, forcing him to run just to keep up while his brain is probably screaming. Did anyone else catch that specific shot of Malfoy's smug face in the background before they got separated?
Kick off hard sounds like a great recipe for a face plant for half this class. I'm already betting on Neville dropping his broom and falling flat on his face.
I'm definitely thinking Neville is going to be the one to crash and burn first. I just hope he doesn't panic when the whistle blows. Luke, do you think anyone else is actually going to fly on the first try?
Neville is already such a disaster, and I can't wait to see if he ever gets the hang of this broom thing. Plus, McGonagall's boy is such a perfectly dry, British way to scold him while clearly caring.
I totally agree about McGonagall's dry delivery. Boy, come on now is such a perfectly British mix of scolding and actually caring. Honestly, I'm just relieved it's just a broken wrist and not worse after that tumble.
Neville really is the definition of clumsy. I hope his wrist isn't too sore for the rest of the flying lesson. Do you think anyone else is actually going to get off the ground this time, or is he the only one who's going to fall?
Yeah, Neville is definitely the one to crash first, and his broom just wobbled so much it looked like it was trying to escape him. I just hope he doesn't panic when he actually gets his feet off the ground this time.
Wait, McGonagall just showed up out of nowhere. That's creepy. I bet Harry is about to get in serious trouble for following Malfoy.
That is definitely creepy. McGonagall appearing out of nowhere while Harry is sneaking around must be terrifying for him. I'm guessing Harry is going to get a detention for sure now that she's caught them.
Wait, McGonagall just turned into a cat earlier, so now she's turning into a dove. That's some serious transfiguration practice. I bet Harry thinks she's just scolding him, but she's probably tracking where he went.
Those Weasley twins are already acting like Harry's personal bodyguards, which is actually pretty sweet. I just hope they don't accidentally knock him off his broom while trying to protect him.
I love how they call it keeping you from getting bloodied up too bad. That sounds like a very Weasley way of handling danger. Do you think they'll actually be able to keep Harry safe against those heavy bludgers, or is this a setup for a near-death experience?
Yeah, that someone will vanish occasionally line is classic Fred and George. Totally normal for them to joke about death while trying to be reassuring. It's funny how they frame their job as keeping Harry safe, but they're basically promising to hit people with enchanted balls. Do you think they're actually serious about protecting him, or is this just their weird brand of humor?
Someone will vanish occasionally is such a dark way to say we'll try not to kill you, but I love that they're so casual about it. It's like their version of a pep talk. Do you guys think they're actually joking, or do they genuinely expect Harry to disappear?
I'm totally confused by the three-headed dog. How is it even awake at this hour? I'm guessing that barking sound is supposed to be a warning, but it sounds more like it's just trying to get attention.
Sophia, that dog is actually guarding the trapdoor to the Philosopher's Stone, so McGonagall wasn't just scolding them for a prank. They literally wandered into the most dangerous part of the castle. It's wild that Hagrid told them it's fine, but everyone else treats it like a death sentence.
Wait, McGonagall was the cat? I totally missed that twist. She's been watching them the whole time and we just thought it was some random animal. That is so cool she can do that.
Wow, I totally missed that too. It's so creepy how she just transformed right in front of them. I wonder if the dog knows she's actually on their side now.
That was way too close for comfort. I still can't believe they actually managed to slam that door shut in time. It's wild to think McGonagall was the cat watching them the whole time. That twist just saved them from detention.
I can't believe they actually got away with that. My heart was pounding watching them scramble back to the door. Did anyone else notice how pale Quirrell looked when the trolls showed up?
Yeah, that door slam was terrifying, but now that they're safe, I'm really curious about what Hermione means by what it was standing on. Do you think the dog was guarding something specific under the trapdoor?
I'm guessing what it was standing on is the trapdoor itself, which is the perfect setup for the next puzzle. It's wild that Hagrid literally gave them the flute to use, even though he probably didn't know exactly how dangerous it would get.
Okay, wait, so the snitch is just that little golden ball they're supposed to catch with their hands. That sounds like a nightmare if you're flying on a broom. I'm already dreading the idea of trying to grab something that fast while zooming around.
Yeah, I'd be terrified too. It makes sense that catching it is worth all that risk since it's the only way to win the game. I wonder what happens if they can't catch it at all.
I love that the snitch is literally just a tiny golden ball they have to catch by hand while flying at top speed. It sounds like a nightmare to try and grab something that fast. It also shows how much pressure Harry is under, since Wood just told him the whole game depends on catching it before Snape can throw points to Slytherin.
I'm already picturing the sheer panic of trying to dive for that tiny ball while everyone else is crashing into each other. I hope Harry's reflexes are actually good enough for this, otherwise he's in for a world of hurt.
That tiny golden ball really is a nightmare to chase, especially since it's supposed to be nearly impossible to see while you're zooming around at full speed. I'm nervous just watching them explain the rules, and I hope Harry doesn't get knocked off his broom before he even spots it.
Exactly, and remember that catching the snitch is worth 150 points. That's basically the entire point of Harry playing Seeker. It's the only way Gryffindor has a chance against Slytherin's massive lead, which is why Ron is so desperate to explain how to actually catch it.
I love how the snitch just hovers there like it's mocking him before he actually grabs it. It's giving me major don't blink or you'll miss it vibes. Hope Harry doesn't drop it now that he finally has it in his hand.
I love how it hovers there like it's toying with him. I'm holding my breath, hoping he doesn't drop it now that he finally has it.
It's funny how Hermione is the only one who can actually get the feather to float. Ron's been struggling with it for ages. I think the way the camera lingers on his face, there is really selling his frustration compared to her total confidence.
Hermione is just showing off now, but hey, at least she didn't blow up the room like Ron usually does. Maybe she should finally help him with his wand instead of gloating.
Wow, Dumbledore actually said well done to Harry for that. I was sure he'd be strict about Harry using magic outside of class, but I guess he's just impressed by the spell itself. Do you think Harry knew he was going to do that, or did he just say it by accident?
Wow, McGonagall looks absolutely furious walking over there. I think she just spotted the troll in the bathroom based on the panic earlier. I can't believe Quirrell is fainting into a toilet while Snape is coolly inspecting the monster. Classic contrast between the two.
Whoa, they're hiding behind a pillar in a girl's bathroom. That is a terrible idea. I'm pretty sure they just got themselves into something way worse than just getting caught.
Seriously, hiding in a girl's bathroom when they're already in trouble, that is the worst plan ever. I have a really bad feeling about what's about to come out of those stalls.
Girls' bathroom is the last place you want to be caught hiding, especially with McGonagall already hunting them. I have a really bad feeling that Hermione is about to walk right into the same trap they just escaped.
Yeah, hiding in the girl's bathroom right before a troll attack. That is peak terrible decision energy. I bet they're about to find out exactly why you shouldn't split up in a monster-filled castle.
Wait, the scene description says Hermione is there with Gollum, but Gollum is from Lord of the Rings, not Harry Potter. I think the AI memory is getting confused between two different movies. We are definitely just in the Chamber of Secrets with the basilisk, so let's ignore that Gollum glitch and focus on Harry hanging upside down. Okay, that basilisk fight is intense. I actually remember that Harry hanging upside down was a bit of a risk for the actor, Daniel Radcliffe, because he had to hold that position for a long time while doing the stunt work. But seriously, Ron standing there with his wand is the only thing keeping Harry from being a goner right now.
Okay, ignoring that Gollum glitch because Harry hanging upside down like a bat is scary enough. I hope Ron doesn't freeze up again, that basilisk is closing in fast. Do you think he's going to make it in time?
Hermione taking the blame is so brave, but I'm still freaking out about that troll she supposedly found. I hope she isn't about to get in way more trouble than she thinks she is.
Sophia, you're totally right about that troll, but honestly, Hermione walking in to save them shows exactly why she's the brain of the trio. It's wild how she managed to sneak past all the teachers just to try and talk the troll down.
Okay, Hermione admitting she was wrong is pretty humble for her, but I'm still shaking my head at how she thought she could take down a troll all by herself. At least she's finally getting the point that brains need brawn to survive Hogwarts.
Yeah, Luke, she was definitely way out of her league there, but I'm just glad Harry and Ron didn't leave her behind like she warned they would have. It's crazy how quickly they went from arguing to saving each other's lives.
I can't comment on this scene because the timestamp 01:14:03 and the description of Snape speaking in the Great Hall about a Quidditch game don't match the actual events happening right now. We are currently watching Harry, Ron, and Hermione in the bathroom with the troll, not having dinner with Snape. Since the scene memory provided seems to be from a different part of the movie, I'm going to stay quiet until the video catches up. Skip.
Okay, Leo is totally right to call out that memory glitch. Snape in the Great Hall isn't happening right now since we're still in the bathroom with the troll. Let's just ignore that confusing log and focus on McGonagall looking absolutely furious. I'm just glad Harry and Ron didn't get expelled yet, even if they probably will now.
I agree with Luke that memory log must be a glitch because we are definitely still in the bathroom with the troll, not having dinner. I'm just holding my breath waiting to see if McGonagall actually expels them or if Dumbledore can talk his way out of this mess.
Wait, the scene memory just jumped ahead to the Quidditch stands, but we were literally just in the bathroom with the troll. I think the log is completely out of sync again, skipping right over McGonagall's furious lecture and the trio's detention. Let's just hope Harry doesn't actually get expelled before the match starts.
Whoa, the scene just jumped from the troll bathroom straight to the Quidditch match. I guess McGonagall's lecture and the detention got skipped over so we can get to the good stuff.
Wow, the jump to the Quidditch match is wild. I'm just hoping McGonagall actually lets Harry play since he clearly needs that win right now.
10-0 already? That's a massive lead, but I'm still holding my breath. Snape casting a curse on Harry's broom in the middle of a match feels way too risky for him to get caught, even if he's trying to look like he's just a grumpy teacher. I wonder if anyone else in the stands actually suspects him right now, or if they just think Harry is getting lucky.
10-0 already? That's a massive lead, but I'm still holding my breath. Snape casting a curse on Harry's broom in the middle of a match feels way too risky for him to get caught, even if he's trying to look like he's just a grumpy teacher. I wonder if anyone else in the stands actually suspects him right now, or if they just think Harry is getting lucky.
Oh no, that fall looks terrifying. I hope someone catches him before he hits the ground.
Sophia, I'm actually kind of relieved McGonagall isn't expelling them right now because we desperately need Harry in the air for the match. Also, did you notice how the Slytherins are looking up? You can tell they're terrified, especially Draco, because if Harry falls, they lose the game and probably get humiliated in front of everyone.
Okay, that fall looked absolutely brutal. I'm honestly shocked he's still conscious after hitting the ground like that. McGonagall's face is pure panic right now.
Wow, the silence right after that thud is actually louder than the screaming. I'm holding my breath hoping he's just out cold and not, worse. Does anyone else feel like that broomstick really had a mind of its own?
That fall looked way worse than I remembered. I'm honestly surprised he didn't break a leg when he hit the ground. It's crazy how the whole stadium just went silent for a second. It's like the universe was holding its breath too.
Yeah, that fall was scary as heck. I'm actually relieved McGonagall is diving in to check on him though. Does anyone else think Snape was definitely staring way too hard during that whole sequence?
I think Snape's staring was definitely creepy, but honestly, I'm more worried about whether Harry can even move right now. Did anyone else see the golden snitch hovering just above his head while he was lying there?
Okay, that snitch hovering right there is so creepy. It really feels like it's mocking him while everyone is panicking. I love how the camera lingers on it just to build the tension before he finally grabs it.
Yeah, the snitch hovering there like that is total movie magic. I love how it just waits for him to catch his breath. It's so dramatic, like the whole game is holding its breath right along with us.
Wow, finally, I was so tense he wasn't going to grab it in time. That was the most dramatic finish ever.
It's such a perfect moment. That snitch hovering there really feels like it's the only thing in the world that matters right now. I still can't believe the way the whole crowd just erupted the second he caught it.
Nicholas Flamel, that's the weirdest name I've ever heard, especially coming from Hagrid. I bet that dog is guarding something even weirder than just a rock.
I know, right? It sounds like some kind of ancient wizard, but why is Hagrid so worried about us asking? I bet the stone is way more dangerous than just a regular rock.
Nicholas Flamel is actually a real historical figure, a 14th century alchemist who was famously rumored to have discovered the Philosopher's Stone. It's clever of the writers to use a real name to make the magic feel grounded in history. I wonder if Hermione already knows this and is just waiting for the perfect moment to correct Hagrid.
Leo, you're right about the history, but I bet Hermione already knew that and was just dying to hear Hagrid say it out loud. I just can't wait to see what happens when they actually find out what Flamel made.
I can't actually speak right now because the movie is currently at 1:28:55, which is the climax of the Quidditch match, not the part where they learn about Nicholas Flamel or see Hagrid talking to them. It sounds like the group might be watching a different scene or has skipped ahead in their discussion since Harry just caught the snitch and the movie would be showing the celebration next. I'll stay quiet until the scene actually catches up to what we're talking about so I don't spoil anything by guessing what happens next. Skip.
Filch creeping through the restricted section with that lantern is such a classic, creepy moment. You can practically feel how dangerous that place is for them. I'm just glad they managed to hide under the invisibility cloak before he got any closer.
Filch creeping through there with that lantern is so tense. You can totally feel how close they are to getting caught. I'm just glad they managed to hide under the cloak before he got any closer to those bookshelves.
Wow, McGonagall found them. I thought for sure that was it when she stepped right up to Harry, but her voice is so surprisingly gentle. I'm surprised she didn't just take them straight to Dumbledore the second she saw them.
Sophia, it definitely feels like she's about to expel him, but McGonagall is actually a very strict but fair teacher who respects Gryffindor bravery. I'm curious if she'll take points away or just give them a massive lecture before leading them to Dumbledore.
Okay, I was totally ready for McGonagall to drag him straight to the dungeons, but her voice is actually so soft. I'm guessing she's the one who got them out of trouble with Filch.
I can't believe she's still being so gentle. I thought she'd be furious after they broke into the restricted section. I'm guessing she's going to let them off with a warning since Harry looked so terrified. Do you think she knows exactly what they were looking for?
That atmosphere is getting so thick you could cut it with a knife. I love how the camera lingers on those barred windows right now to show how trapped they feel. It's a great visual cue that even if they escape Filch, the school itself is closing in on them.
Okay, this is the scene where he finally gets to see his parents, and I am already tearing up a little. It's so heartbreaking that he has to leave them just to go back to the Dursleys.
I'm actually crying right along with him. It's so sad that he has to leave this beautiful moment to go back to that cupboard. Do you think he'll ever be able to see them again, or is this the only time?
That mirror moment is just so heartbreaking. It really highlights how much he longs for a family compared to everyone else. I still can't get over how David Yates, Chris Columbus directed this one. Used that blue light to make the reflection feel so real yet so unreachable. It's the perfect reminder that what the mirror shows is just what we desire most, not necessarily what's true.
I can't even look at this without tearing up. It's just too sad that he has to leave that beautiful moment to go back to the Dursleys. Do you guys think he'll ever get to see them again, or is this the only time?
I'm just staring at Harry's face right now, and you can see he's completely lost in that reflection. It's kind of creepy that he thinks he's actually there, but then again, I'd probably do the same thing if I could see my family for just a second.
Sophia, you're spot on with that creepy vibe. It's so sad how he just stands there transfixed because he's never had anyone look at him like that before. I still get chills every time he realizes he has to leave that beautiful, perfect world to go back to the Dursleys.
Okay, I'm actually smiling now. Seeing him surrounded by his family in that reflection is exactly why he can't let it go. It's so bittersweet that he has to walk away from that perfect world to go back to a cupboard under the stairs. Do you guys think he'll ever see them again, or is this really the only time?
It's so weird that he can actually see them, yet he knows deep down he can't touch them. I hope he finds a way to be happy with us at Hogwarts, since that's his real family now.
It's such a powerful scene where Dumbledore tries to ground Harry in reality, reminding him that the mirror can't feed or clothe him. I love how Chris Columbus used that soft blue light to make the reflection feel almost tangible, contrasting it with the cold stone walls. Do you guys think Harry will ever find that kind of unconditional love again, or is Hogwarts his only chance?
I'm just glad he got to see them even for a minute. It's so much better than nothing, even if it is just a reflection. Wait, so if the mirror shows what you want most, do you think it would show someone actually liking you or just not being ignored?
I think it would show exactly what you want, so for someone lonely it might show people finally paying attention to them. It's kind of scary because we all want that connection so badly we might not see the truth about it.
Sophia, do you think he'd be okay if he never saw them again? It's pretty heavy knowing he's got to walk away from that perfect world just to go back to the cupboard.
I think he'd eventually be okay, especially with all the friends he's making at Hogwarts now. It's so sad he has to leave that vision, but at least he knows it's real love he felt. Do you guys think he'll ever stop wanting to go back to the mirror?
That shot of Hedwig flying off into the grey sky is such a perfect visual metaphor for Harry finally finding his own wings, even if he's still so lonely. I just love how the movie uses that white owl against the cold stone to show that connection is real, even when he's back at the cupboard.
Okay, so Fluffy is guarding the stone. That's a pretty obvious setup for something to go wrong. I bet they're about to walk right into a trap.
It feels way too convenient that Harry just figured out the whole mystery in the library. I'm worried they're going to try to sneak past Fluffy before they even know what they're doing.
Hagrid is such a perfect moment where Hermione's detective skills finally click everything together. I love how she's the one who always connects the dots between the weird clues they've found. Did you guys notice how Ron's face just went from confused to terrified the second she said his name?
I'm totally with Sophia on this one. It feels like they're rushing headfirst into a trap without a plan. Did you guys notice how Hermione just dropped that bomb about Hagrid with zero warning?
Hagrid is acting so suspiciously now that he's trying to hide the egg. I wonder if that's actually the key to getting past Fluffy. I'm definitely not sleeping tonight until we know what that thing does.
Sophia, that golden egg is definitely the key. Remember Hagrid's book mentioned heating it up, and I'm betting the sound we heard earlier was actually the dragon egg singing. It's so cool how they hide the main clue right under his nose in that old book.
Okay, Hagrid is definitely hiding something huge in that egg. I'm betting the singing sound we heard earlier was a dragon trying to hatch.
I love that theory, Luke, but I'm still so confused why Hagrid is so panicked about us knowing about the egg. He practically just admitted to stealing it. Do you think the singing sound is actually a warning?
Wow, the tension just shifted from funny to scary in a second. It's wild that Malfoy is the one who saw the dragon, and now they're in serious trouble for it. I bet he's already telling Snape about this, which is going to make things messy for Hagrid.
Wait, hold up, did Malfoy just tell Hagrid he saw a dragon? That's the worst possible time to be an informant. I'm betting Snape is already getting a call about this mess.
I can't believe Hagrid actually said that out loud. He's so sweet but totally clueless that admitting he wanted a dragon makes him look like a criminal. I'm guessing Malfoy is already running to Snape right now.
It's actually really heartbreaking to see Hagrid like this. He genuinely just wanted a pet dragon and never imagined it would turn into such a nightmare. I bet he feels terrible that Malfoy is now the one who exposed him, knowing how much Snape hates him.
Wait, McGonagall is leading them to the dungeons. This is definitely the hanging by your thumbs detention she was talking about. I bet Harry is about to have a very long night.
I'm totally on edge about where they're going. If they're heading straight to the dungeons, I'm not sure I want to see what McGonagall has planned for them.
Wait, Mr. Screamin'? That's such a classic McGonagall burn. She's trying to be stern, but I swear she's secretly enjoying their panic a little bit. I'm just glad Harry isn't hanging by his thumbs yet.
Mr. Screamin' is such a perfect nickname for Malfoy right now. I can't stop laughing. But honestly, seeing McGonagall march Harry off alone makes me feel like this detention is going to be way more intense than just cleaning cauldrons.
Whoa, look at Hagrid's face. Something massive just flew over the castle and I have no idea what that is. Did anyone else hear that weird thumping sound?
That massive shadow must be the Hippogriff Buckbeak. I remember this scene from the books. Hagrid is terrified because he knows the Ministry will kill the creature if they find out he's keeping it, which is exactly why he's so desperate to keep it hidden. It's such a tense moment knowing the law says unicorns are protected and dragons are banned, yet Hagrid is living right in the middle of it.
Whoa, Hagrid just bolted. I'm glad he's not the one we have to rely on right now if something dangerous is actually up in the sky. Sophia, are you seeing that shadow move like that?
That shadow is moving way too fast to be a normal owl or even a hippogriff. I'm way too scared to guess what it is, but Hagrid running away definitely means it's something dangerous. Do you think it's connected to that werewolf warning?
That smug look on Draco's face when he says the creature is covered is just perfect. He's so convinced he's going to get away with it, not realizing he's walking straight into a nightmare. Honestly, I'm just glad Hagrid isn't the one leading us into the dark woods right now, because if he panics like that, we're all doomed.
That covered comment from Draco is such a classic move, acting like he's the brave one while everyone else knows he's terrified. I'm just hoping Fang doesn't actually bite him when he tries to pet a unicorn. Wait, Harry just said his dad is an expert at this. That's going to be so awkward when Draco finds out Harry's dad is the one who probably taught him how to be a total brat.
I don't think Harry's dad is a brat at all. I bet Harry is actually really nervous about facing Draco again after all that rivalry we've seen. Do you guys think the unicorn is going to be okay?
Drinking unicorn blood just to stay alive, that is some seriously dark magic and honestly kind of desperate. I don't trust that cloaked figure one bit.
That explanation about the blood is so creepy, and it makes me even more suspicious of that figure. I really hope Harry figures out a way to stop them before they hurt the poor unicorn.
Wait, that voiceover. Draco is actually narrating this whole thing right now. That's such a weird, creepy choice to have the villain's rival explain the dark magic while it's happening. It really adds to the tension, making it feel like we're trapped in his nightmare.
Wait, so the guy drinking unicorn blood isn't even a ghost. That's way creepier than I thought.
I don't think we've heard a voiceover from Draco yet, though the tension is definitely building up. I'm just as creeped out as everyone else that someone would do that just to stay alive. Do you guys think Harry is going to try to help the unicorn?
Wait, hold on. Ron is asking who the wizard Voldemort used to steal the Philosopher's stone with. That's the moment they realize Quirrell is the one behind everything. I love how they piece it together right there in the common room.
Leo, you're right, that's the big aha moment where they finally connect the dots on Quirrell. It's wild to think they figured it out all on their own while the whole school was clueless. I just hope Harry isn't too scared to go after him again tonight.
I'm so relieved Hermione says Harry is safe as long as Dumbledore is around. It's a huge weight off their shoulders, but I'm still so worried about that unicorn and the strange things happening tonight. Do you guys think Harry will actually confront Quirrell before the night is over?
Wait, Hagrid is dodging the question again. He's totally lying about never seeing the stranger's face, and he's using the "you wanted to know about creatures" line just to change the subject. It's so obvious he's terrified of who actually gave him that egg.
Wait, why is McGonagall walking them away like that? It feels way too calm for the chaos we just saw with the troll. Did they actually get away with it?
I know, it's weird how calm she is after everything that just happened. I hope she's just trying to keep them safe and not luring them into a trap herself.
Wow, Harry just officially accuses Snape, and I can't wait to see Ron's face when he realizes his best friend is right. It's such a tense moment, especially since they have no proof and Snape is basically the only adult they've seen near the traps. Do you guys think Harry is being too reckless here, or is this the only logical conclusion?
Sophia, I'm actually rooting for Harry being right about Snape, even if it feels terrifying to accuse a teacher. But honestly, I just hope they don't accidentally walk into a trap while sneaking around the castle tonight. Do you guys think Snape is actually the villain, or is this just a massive misunderstanding?
Neville is trying to stop them, but I can tell Harry is too determined to listen this time. Do you think he's about to walk right into the very trouble he's trying to solve?
Neville is finally standing up for himself instead of just cowering, which is such a satisfying character beat. I just love how his loyalty to Gryffindor overrides his fear, even if he doesn't fully get the danger there in yet.
Okay, Neville is really trying to stand his ground, which is cool, but Hermione just freezing him, that feels a little extreme for a guy in pajamas. I guess they really need to get out of there though.
I guess they really needed him out of the way, but it still feels a bit mean to freeze someone who's just trying to protect the house. Do you think Neville will wake up before they get caught, or is he gonna be stuck like a statue all night?
That's actually a pretty smart move by Ron to volunteer first. He's always been the one to dive into the messiest situations without overthinking it. Plus, looking at that paw, I doubt anyone wants to be the second one to touch it after the first. Do you guys think the dog is actually breathing that heavy, or is it just the sound effects being extra dramatic?
Honestly, I think the dog's breathing is just there to make us think it's alive, but that paw is still huge. I just hope Ron doesn't accidentally wake Fluffy up while trying to move it. That paw is huge, so I'm glad Ron is volunteering first. I just hope that dog wakes up before they get the trapdoor open. Do you guys think they're actually gonna make it out alive tonight?
I'm holding my breath watching Ron try to move that thing. I'm honestly surprised the dog hasn't woken up yet. I just hope they don't accidentally knock something over while getting that trap door open. Do you think they've got a plan for how to get back up once they're down there?
Hermione is really struggling there. I hope someone remembers to tell her to relax because the more she panics, the tighter that thing gets. Do you guys remember who told them that trick?
Yeah, it's so scary to watch her get tighter like that. I really hope they remember the spell to relax it before she passes out. Does anyone else remember who told them to relax, or did we miss that part?
Hermione finally remembers the spell. It's so satisfying to see her save the day after all that panic. I actually forgot she learned that from a book until she cast it.
I was so glad Hermione remembered the spell. I was starting to think they were done for in there. It's crazy how panic just makes everything worse, right? Do you guys think they'll get out of this mess before the end of the year?
The sound of wings is creeping me out. Do you think it's a giant owl or something way more dangerous? I'm nervous about what's going to drop out of that darkness next.
It's definitely a giant owl. That sound is Hagrid's buckbeak, the hippogriff. I bet they're about to find out that Hagrid is in big trouble for bringing it to school.
Wait, Harry said he's never seen birds like those. I thought the whole point was they were invisible. That sounds way more like the basilisk lurking in the walls than actual birds. Do you guys think that's actually the snake making noise?
Luke, that's a great catch. It is kind of weird that Harry says he's never seen them if they're supposed to be invisible. Maybe they aren't birds at all. I'm starting to think something way more dangerous is up here with them.
Whoa, that sound really is unsettling. Sounds like something huge is up there. I'm just relieved Hermione's got the spell to get them out of this mess. Do you think the thing in the dark is actually the basilisk?
Okay, stopping right there. That is definitely not a good sign. I bet that door is about to open into something way worse than just a giant owl.
I don't think it's a giant owl, Leo. That door looks way too heavy and magical to just open for a bird. It feels like they've finally reached the final obstacle, and I'm super nervous about what's behind it. Do you guys think they're about to face the troll or something even scarier?
That chess scene is iconic, but I have to say, Ron's sacrifice was such a bold move for a character who usually panics so easily. It really shows how much he cares about Harry, even when he's terrified.
Wait, if they just beat the giant chess game, isn't that like the third or fourth obstacle? Who are they even supposed to face next? A dragon in a tuxedo.
Ron looking that determined behind the knight is terrifying, but I have a bad feeling about this sacrifice. I really hope he's just a chess piece and not actually going to get hurt.
I think Ron's sacrifice is actually the most powerful moment in the whole series because he's literally stepping into a role where he might not come back, all to save his best friends. It's a huge character arc for the guy who usually just makes jokes or gets jealous.
Wait, did Ron just say wizard chess? I think he means wizard chess, but honestly, I'm too stressed to correct him right now. I just hope he knows how to play, because looking at those moves, it looks like he's about to get checkmated into a stone statue.
Wait, did he really say wizard chess? I thought he meant wizard chess. I'm just glad he's finally stepping up, but that line had me laughing out loud right when I needed to be scared. Do you think he knows the rules as well as he thinks he does?
Wow, Ron actually saying my hair instead of my knight in the subtitles. The dubbing must be hilarious right now because that line is iconic. I'm holding my breath, though. That knight move is going to get brutal.
That knight move just got brutal, but I'm holding my breath. Please tell me he's just a piece and not actually getting crushed. I really hope Ron comes out of this one unscathed.
I'm terrified for him, but you know Ron, he's probably just worried about his hair getting dusty in there. I can't believe he actually committed to being a chess piece. The stakes feel so real right now.
That knight move is absolutely terrifying to watch. The sound design really makes it feel like stone is actually shattering around us. I just hope Ron doesn't end up with a piece of a bishop in his hair, because that would be the ultimate Weasley bad luck streak.
Leo, I have to agree with you. The sound of that stone shattering was terrifyingly loud. I'm just praying Ron doesn't come out with a few extra pieces missing. That would be one heavy bruise to explain later.
It's so scary to see him just lying there like that, but I'm glad Harry isn't panicking. Do you think Hermione knows exactly how to wake him up, or is she just as lost right now?
It's heartbreaking seeing them check on him, but I have to say, the fact that Ron didn't even hesitate to sacrifice himself for his friends is the exact moment the movie earns its emotional punch. Hermione is definitely trying to stay calm, but you can tell she's terrified of losing her best friend.
Hermione looks so worried. It's crazy to think she's about to face the next trap all alone with Harry. Do you think she has a plan for that unicorn horn, or is she just winging it?
I'm so nervous for Hermione now that it's just the two of them left. Do you think that unicorn horn is actually going to be useful, or is it just another deadly obstacle?
Wait, hold on, did you catch that stutter? That's the exact moment Quirrell loses his cool when Harry asks who would suspect. It's such a brilliant acting choice by Ian Hart. You can see the panic in his eyes before the voice cracks. Honestly, it's the best clue we get that Snape isn't the one we should be worrying about.
Dude, Quirrell is getting way too worked up for someone who's supposed to be a stuttering mess. I'm honestly surprised Harry hasn't panicked yet. He's playing this way too cool.
I totally agree, Harry's being so calm it's kind of creepy, but that stutter Luke mentioned is definitely the weirdest part of Quirrell right now. It feels like he's barely holding it together. Do you guys think he's just really nervous, or is he hiding something much darker?
Okay, I'm Leo. Looking at the current scene where Quirrell is shouting, "I'm here, Potter. What is it?" and Harry is frozen on the steps. This is the exact moment the tension peaks right before the twist about the Mirror of Erist. I think Harry is actually pulling off the perfect bluff about seeing Dumbledore, which is why Quirrell is getting so desperate. I'm curious if anyone else noticed how the camera stays tight on Harry's face to show he's lying so convincingly.
Vid silent ci glai stringe la mano igrav una bugicosi audes ci quasi non ci credivo funziones, ma Harry sta davvero recitando come un pro. Quirrell igrav cosi agitato ci sembra quasi ci stia per esploder de un momento all'altro.
That face on the back of his head is absolutely nightmare fuel. I'm glad Harry's bluffing about Dumbledore because Quirrell looks like he's about to actually kill him. Do you think the mirror is going to show him what he wants, or is that just a trap?
That face reveal is definitely the moment the movie shifts from mystery to straight up horror. I love how they used the special effect for the back of the head. It's such a visceral shock that really sells the idea that Quirrell is just a vessel. Do you think Harry's lying about Dumbledore will work now that Quirrell has that extra power from the mirror?
Wow, that face on the back of his head is straight up nightmare fuel. I'm actually holding my breath waiting to see if Harry's bluff about Dumbledore is gonna work against a guy who just ripped off his turban.
I'm still holding my breath too, that face is terrifying, but I'm worried Harry's bluff might finally fail now that Quirrell has that extra power. Do you think the mirror is actually going to give Voldemort what he wants, or is Harry's plan about to backfire?
Wait, the scene just cut to that guy in the brown sweater. That looks like the opening scene with the Dursleys, but why are we jumping back to the start now that we're in the climax? Did the movie glitch, or is this a flashback I missed?
Whoa, hold up, did we just skip back to the beginning with the Dursleys? I thought we were still in the middle of that crazy face-off with Quirrell. Did I miss a flashback, or is the movie just doing a quick rewind?
Whoa, wait a minute, we just cut from the terrifying face off to a flashback of Harry's parents. That's a huge jump in the middle of the climax. I wonder why they're showing us that specific family portrait right now.
It's not a glitch or the Dursleys. That's the mirror of Erist showing Harry his deepest desire to see his parents alive again. It's a heartbreaking moment that perfectly contrasts with the horror of Quirrell standing right in front of him.
Okay, that's actually kind of beautiful. Seeing him see his parents just before the final fight, that's a serious mood killer, but in the best way.
It really is beautiful, but I'm so scared it's going to make Harry hesitate just when he needs to be strong. Do you think Quirrell can sense how much that moment means to him?
That mirror moment is so heartbreaking right before the fight starts. It really shows how much he has to lose. It's a brilliant touch that Quirrell doesn't realize how much that vision is actually weakening Harry's resolve.
Yeah, that mirror moment really hits hard right before everything goes to hell. It's crazy how much they pack into just a few seconds there. Do you guys think Harry was actually tempted to just stay there?
That mirror moment is definitely what's keeping Quirrell at bay right now. It's like the only thing stopping Harry from just giving him the stone. I'm so relieved he didn't stay there too long, though, because I'm terrified Quirrell is about to snap.
I actually think the mirror was a trap for Quirrell, not Harry. It was meant to make Harry see what he wanted most, and Quirrell couldn't look into it without seeing his own master's face. That's why Harry was able to grab the stone without Quirrell noticing until it was too late.
Leo, you're probably right about the mirror being a trap for Quirrell. It's such a clever setup that Quirrell couldn't even look directly without suffering. I just hope Harry doesn't realize that the stone is already in his pocket before he even gets close to him.
I'm holding my breath waiting to see if Harry actually has the stone in his pocket right now or if he's still bluffing. Do you think Quirrell is about to check him?
I'm actually surprised Dumbledore didn't just use a spell to check for the stone since he's so powerful. I guess he wanted Harry to find his own confidence first. It's such a classic Dumbledore move to solve problems with a conversation instead of a wand.
Wait, is Dumbledore really just handing out points like candy right now? I feel like the House Cup stakes are way too high for him to be making little jokes about candy.
It's definitely not just candy, Luke. The way everyone is leaning in shows how much this actually matters to them. I just hope Dumbledore isn't going to drop the final points right at the end, or Gryffindor is totally going to lose it.
Wow, 426 points for Ravenclaw. That's a massive lead, but I have a feeling Dumbledore is about to do something wild with the final points. I'm holding my breath to see if he's saving a huge surprise for Gryffindor right at the very end.
Wait, hold on, did Dumbledore just say Ravenclaw is in second place? That means Gryffindor is in third, right? I can't believe they're this close to losing it all.
I can't believe they're that close to losing the House Cup. The tension is actually killing me. I have this weird feeling Dumbledore is about to reveal exactly where those mystery points are coming from.
Sophia, I think you're right to be worried about the stone. But honestly, the real suspense right now is whether Dumbledore is actually going to give Gryffindor enough points to overtake Ravenclaw. I'm betting he's about to pull off the most dramatic House Cup comeback in Hogwarts history.
While pure nerve is such a funny way to put it, but honestly Harry just survived a dragon, so I guess he earned it. I'm just glad Dumbledore is finally giving Gryffindor the points they desperately needed. Do you guys think they actually made it back to the lead?
I'm so nervous watching this, Luke. I really hope Dumbledore actually gives them enough points to win, but I have a weird feeling he's still saving a massive surprise for the very end.
Dumbledore is about to drop the final 50 points for Snape's pure nerve, which instantly flips the score and makes Gryffindor the winners. It's such a classic movie moment where the underdog team pulls off a win through sheer luck and bravery. I'm so glad they made it back just in time for the feast.
Pure nerve is such a funny way to put it, but honestly Harry just survived a dragon, so I guess he earned it. I'm just glad Dumbledore is finally giving Gryffindor the points they desperately needed. Do you guys think they actually made it back to the lead? Wow, look at all these hats flying everywhere. I can't believe they're actually celebrating the House Cup right now. It's such a perfect end to the movie.
Wow, look at all those hats. It's such a perfect, chaotic ending to the movie. I'm just glad they finally made it back in time for the feast.
Wow, look at that book. It's so cool that he's actually seeing his parents for the first time, even if it's just in a picture. I'm kind of getting emotional just watching his face.
Yeah, it's so touching that he finally gets to see them, even if it's just in that book. I wonder if he's finally starting to feel a real connection to them now.
That book scene is so heartbreaking but beautiful. Seeing his parents for the first time must feel overwhelming for him. And Hagrid's hug just after proves how much he really cares for Harry, even though he's a bit of a rough exterior. Sophia, I absolutely loved it. It was such a perfect ending. Seeing Harry finally have a home and a family in the wizarding world, even if it's just for the summer, was so heartwarming. And that final shot of Hagrid waving alone on the platform. I'm not crying. You're crying. Luke, same here. It's a bit bittersweet, knowing that Harry has to go back to the Dursleys. But at least he has the train and his friends to look forward to. And the music by John Williams. Pure magic. It just makes everything feel so epic and emotional. Leo, totally agree. The whole home theme really resonated. Harry finally gets to see his parents' faces in the mirror.
Looks like Emma Watson finally gets her credit. I always love seeing the main trio get their names on the screen. Anyone else feeling a little sad that the movie is actually over?
And then he gets to go back to Hogwarts, which is his real home. It's so.
It's crazy to think this is the end of the first adventure, but I'm so glad we got to see that final family moment with the Mirror of Erist. Does anyone else feel like we need a whole year of Hogwarts before the next one starts?
For this experiment, I used an RTX 3090 with 24 gigabytes of VPM and 64 gigabytes of system RAM. The AI model is QN, and you can find the exact version and setup in the description. If you enjoyed this little AI watch party experiment, let me know in the comments. I could keep improving the system and organize more watch parties in the future, maybe even do one live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.